name is Donna Winia, and I've been a reading interventionist in a school district in my town for about 7 years. I am a reading specialist. I went through a program in my town specifically to work with kiddos who struggle with reading or are dyslexic. So I thought I'd do some videos to help people at home right now with their kids, to give them some instruction, just like we would do in a reading intervention group at school. So this would be tailored to probably kindergarten to second graders. It could even go up to third graders, and you could definitely start working with pre-K with this so that they can come into kindergarten with some knowledge ahead of time. So some of the supplies I have are an alphabet strip and some 3D letters, which you can buy at any teacher store. As you can see, these are just letters. They are uppercase letters. You can buy some at alphabetletter.com. They also have the alphabet strip, and they have mats that have the alphabet on them in an arc, where a kiddo can actually put the letter directly over the letter, and it matches the same size. This, as you can see, is not the same size. The 3D letter is much bigger. So if you're working with pre-K, that might be a really good option for you, is to actually get the mat that already has the letters on there. We do have 5 components of reading, and I will talk more about those because I plan on doing many of these videos. The 5 components of reading are phonics, phonemic awareness, fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension. Of course, with reading, the most important thing is comprehension. But in order to get to that comprehension piece, you have to have phonics and phonemic awareness, and I will talk more about those in the future and some activities to do with those. But today I want to focus on something that's not even one of those 5 components. It's called the alphabetic principle. And the alphabetic principle is when kiddos know the name of the letter, and ultimately they know the sound that goes along with that letter. So in the beginning, we just have to get them familiar with letters. They just need to know that these are tools that we use to read words, and that with just these few tools, these 26 letters, we can create whole books and stories, okay? So what I like to do with kids is sit down with them, and you can look down here and see, and put the alphabet strip in front of them. So again, you can make these yourself if you want, just with a piece of paper, or you can purchase them at that alphabetletter.com. And I like to just show them the alphabet and say, do you know the alphabet? And then we can touch and say the alphabet, not sing, but say. So if I'm across from my student or my kiddo, I can touch over here so that they're knowing one-to-one correspondence while they have their finger down here and are touching and saying the letters. Then I like to give them a bag of 3D letters. We dump them out, and some of them are going to be upside down. So we have to make sure that they know they need to turn their letters over so they're looking at them the correct direction. And you can help them do this, of course. You make it kind of fun, right? They're going to have fun with it, and they're going to see some that look exactly the same. So say, yeah, they do look exactly the same. We're going to talk about that. But after you get all your letters dumped out, and hopefully you've already touched and said your letters with your kiddos on the alphabet strip, and now we're going to place the 3D letters underneath our alphabet strip. And we're going to start and go in order, because our alphabet goes in an order or a sequence. So what's the first letter of the alphabet? It's A. So have them put A out. And what comes after A? And you can help guide them with your finger to what comes after, because knowing after and before is a really good concept for a kid to know. So what comes after? So they'll say B, and now let's find the B. And you can help them do this in the beginning. If all the letters are too many for them to know in the beginning because they're pre-K, then cover up and only do as many as they can do. Maybe just do 5 for a while, and then increase and try to do a few more every day. But if they can do all the letters, then great. Have them set out. What comes after B? C. So they're going to find their letters, and name and place as they put them down. So as they're putting them, they're saying B. So one thing that I like to incorporate, and something that is an Orton-Gillingham technique, which Samuel Orton and Anna Gillingham were two people that worked together many years ago to come up with some strategies and how to help kids learn better. One of those strategies is called multisensory learning. That is exactly what it sounds like. It's using your eyes, your ears, your mouth, although you're not going to eat things or taste things, but you're going to say things, and your sense of touch and movement, if you can include that too. So as they're placing their letters, they're touching them and naming them and putting them in order. So we keep going along with this multisensory thing. A, B, C, D, E, we have all of our letters out. When they have all their letters out and put in order, we can go back through and touch and say them again. This time they're going to touch the 3D letter because it's good for them to have that multisensory piece of touching that letter. They touch and say all their letters with you. Now we can talk about how many letters are in our alphabet. All of these letters create words that we read in books. So how many of these letters do we have? Because to a kid, this might look like a ton of letters. So go ahead and count the letters and realize that there are 26 letters in your alphabet. So that's kind of a good start for how I start most all of my intervention times with kinder to second grade, at least at the beginning of the year. They need to have this alphabetic principle down, that the alphabet goes in an order, and that order is sequential, that every letter has a name, and that's why I don't recommend you sing your alphabet, because I can't tell you how many kids don't know L-M-N-O are 4 different letters. They just hear L-M-N-O as a song when you're singing, so they don't know that L-M-N-O are 4 different letters. So be sure to have them say their letters. I do have a song I'm going to introduce next time, so I hope this wasn't too boring. And I will see you next time.